Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ridge and Taylor love story is doomed. There's one thing that's sealing the couple's sad fate, at least it'll be sad for Taylor. Taylor and Ridge's rearmost reunion would truly stick. Ridge and Brooke relationship has come banal and rather boring in numerous observers' eyes. Taylor tends to be the runner-up in this love triangle, so sympathizers of her pairing with Ridge were maybe agitated for her to be the winner for formerly. Still, there's actually no winning a love triangle that centers around Ridge and his fickle heart. Ridge is pushing Brooke down and standing by Taylor for now. You'd suppose that'd be a good thing, but it's Ridge's choice of language that's the problem. It's significant that Ridge constantly talks about being committed to Taylor. No matter how numerous times Brooke, Eric, or anyone differently tries to push him back in his partner's direction, Ridge just repeats that commitment mantra. That's a problem for a couple reasons, starting with the fact that Ridge has no way been truly suitable to stay married to someone indefinitely. There's no reason to suppose Ridge has suddenly come a different person and that this commitment will last ever. The bigger issue is maybe the fact that Ridge keeps fastening on being committed to Taylor rather than being in love with her. We might buy that Ridge's heart truly belonged to Taylor if he was constantly gushing about his passions for her, but he isn't. Ridge doesn't act like a man in love at all, he acts like a man who feels indebted to stay by Taylor's side. That's incompletely because Ridge doesn't want to let Taylor down again, especially considering her broken heart pattern and everything she's been through to reach this point. Ridge also doesn't want to fail Steffi or indeed Thomas off whale. Plus, Ridge is stubborn and can't feel to get once Brooke's CEO treason during all the preemption drama. It's clear that Ridge's motives for staying with Taylor aren't about his desire to make a ever unborn with her. That's why Taylor and Ridge's love story just isn't meant to last. Ridge's conduct are making that clear and setting up his eventual reunion with Brooke. Naturally, it'll be a long and winding road to get to Ridge and Brooke's coming chapter. Brooke is gearing up for further heartache ahead of Nick's return, so she'll fall into his arms following so numerous Ridge rejections. That could provoke Ridge's covetousness and get the ball rolling on him getting back together with Brooke down the line. Brooke preliminarily made a vaticination about reuniting with Ridge by Christmas, so we'd say that'll come true by the time the leaves roll back around. Taylor may get several months of happiness, perhaps indeed as Ridge's woman. If he goes as far as tying the knot with her, but it's all doomed to fall piecemeal in the end. Taylor is fated to come the clunker of this love triangle formerly again sooner or laterly. Cleric to suggest a wild idea to Brooke. Hope and Steffi unite in light of Liam brain excrescence. Liam tried to lay the root with Hope. Liam is supposed to be getting Hope prepared for the news that he's dying. He has formally raised dubitation by talking about remission and peace. When Hope brought up Beth mileposts, that made Liam really emotional. Steffi arrives to tell Hope that Liam's dying. From that clip, Liam isn't seen. So, it's not clear if Liam leaves while Steffi tells Hope the verity, or if that's an entirely different scene. In any case, Hope will find out that Liam has an inoperable brain excrescence and is dying. Hope and Steffi form an alliance to support Liam. While Liam is hoping that the two women find peace before he dies, neither of them are so sure that's possible. Cleric stopped by Brooke's house. When Deacon arrived, he ran into Carter soliciting Hope for another chance. Once Carter left, Deacon vented to his son and encouraged her to consider giving Liam another chance. At some point, Cleric and Brooke eventually connect. That's when Deacon suggests an idea that leaves Brooke fully thrown. Does this have to do with making sure Liam and Hope get back together? Cleric seems enough pertinacious that Carter is the wrong Joe for Hope. Of course, Deacon has no idea that Liam is dying. It's also relatively possible that Deacon wanted to check in about Brooke's own love life. Ridge rejected Brooke formally again. Brooke seems wedged on getting Ridge back and can't move forward from him. Ridge has formally told Brooke multiple times that he's married to Taylor. So, when Brooke tells Deacon what happened, he could have an idea of how to get Ridge out of her system. When Steffi first told Liam that he'd an inoperable brain excrescence and was dying, he refused to believe it. Liam declared that there was no way he was going to accept a death judgment. After all, he was vegan, so his eating habits made him vulnerable. Liam has sluggishly begun to accept his fate and agreed to live with Finn and Steffi so they could keep their eyes on him, and so that he could be near to Kelly and spend every moment that he could with her. He still refuses to tell anyone differently about his condition, which is driving Steffi crazy. She knows she needs to get through to Liam soon. Liam and Steffi are both forced to deal with the reality of Liam's condition. Does he have another occasion that forces Liam to face the verity? Will it hit him that he's really dying? If so, will he eventually yield and agree to tell Hope and his family what's going on? Liam's other baby ma needs to know, but so does Bill. Steffi knows that Liam and Bill left effects on a veritably sour note the last time they saw one another, but that was before Liam knew he'd a brain excrescence. Learning his son is dying will change everything for Bill. Maybe Liam didn't want anyone to know the verity so he could live in a state of denial and feel normal, but that's all set to change this week. Liam can no longer hide his condition because it's getting worse. It's time for him to face what's going on and lean on the people who love him. Can Steffi get Liam to see this, or will she have to take matters into her own hands? Zend knew about Daphne's plan to betray Carter on he walked into their intimate moment. He'd an intriguing expression, and we haven't stopped allowing about it. Zend assumed that Daphne was a ruse in Steffi's plan. The thing was for Daphne to end manage. But she fell for him, which was further than she inked up for. Daphne declared that she's no way met a man like Carter. She's not indeed the type to fall head over heels for someone. Men and women fall for her. Daphne is the woman who gets pursued. She no way pursues other people. Still, she couldn't help herself whenever she was around Carter. Zend walked into an intimate moment between Carter and Daphne. He was confused. Zend didn't realize that their relationship was serious. He just assumed that Daphne was using Carter to help the Forresters. We couldn't help but notice Zend's response. He looked shocked and irked. Zend presumably assumed they were each good musketeers, and nothing would come out of this. Does he have secret passions for Daphne? He was presumably dissatisfied to learn about her passions for Carter. Zend also presumably allowed. He'd a chance. He seems to enjoy their exchanges. Still, his head didn't turn when he first met Daphne. Perhaps he's trying to keep his passions to himself rather than wear them on his sleeve. Zend might believe he'd be the better man for her. What are your studies on Zend's response to Carter and Daphne? Do you suppose he has passions for her? Brooke was stuck in the vault with Taylor. But eventually, they got out, and as we know, Brooke is the idol Forrester didn't know they demanded. For months, she was seen as the adversary. Eric and Ridge were induced that Brooke took part in the achievement. That was Carter's and Hope's doing. Brooke argued that she was and abettor. She wanted to get the company back in the right hands. But the Forresters didn't believe her. She didn't know how she could change their minds. Over time, she had anally on her side. Eric eventually came around to Brooke after he'd gotten his company back. He could tell that she still loved Ridge. The dame realized that Bridge was better than Tridge. So, he helped Brooke plan a looker that would turn Ridge's head. That's when they came up with the idea of Brooke wearing the same dress she wore in Portofino. Eric and Brooke made the right call. The buyers loved it, and the number showed. Brooke deserves further credit than people give her. She knows business and is veritably smart. She knows how to vend the Forrester Creations brand. We flash back the time when Brooke was a successful CEO. Some would say the fashion show was a success because of Brooke. But did she really save the day? This dress wasn't meant to be part of the show. The focus was on the launch of the House of Forrester, which was a new couture collection. This was about moving in a new direction with new designs. Brooke came out in an old marriage gown. Still, she brought the attention back to fashion. People were no longer talking about the Forrester Creations shakeup. And that's a success in itself. Will Brooke get what she wants, which is Ridge?